So, I guess we can go ahead and get started then. I'm not actually sure how this is going to work out because, we're at the point where every boss is going to be like, 50 hours, but we'll see.
Shit.
I'm not sure what I have to do to advance the plot at this point.
I actually don't know where you go from here. Totally forgot.
I think you just go to the, ice area from here, I think.
Right, okay, yeah.
So,
that makes sense.
let's try going there. Let's see what's the fastest way to get there. Okay, yeah. So, this is Star Wars now, apparently. And these bears are gonna be... They're gonna be something on...
These enemies, they're a doozy.
They have so much HP is the thing.
About 1,000 each HP.
More than 1,000.
Oh, I can't wait for the warship screen.
Oh yeah. Fortunately, they basically just do the same thing over and over. So here's some platforms you shoot with shotgun ice to make turn into actual platforms, And apparently, a lot of people only tried to use holy waters on these. Now, holy waters will work because they're also elemental type damage, but why would you try using holy waters instead of shotgun ice? I do not understand that logic.
Yeah. Much more awkward in terms of trying to make platforms appear, for sure.
So I forgot this enemy existed.
Oh my god, so did I.
But he's dead now, so it's okay.
That's sad fate, truly.
Yeah. So I think we just go to the right here. Yeah. This is probably my favorite overworld area. It probably nailed the balance of difficulty and openness the best, I think.
Yeah, it's a pretty good open area. There's one area that's I think the only other open one left that's Zephyr said that he wanted to chill out with it, but it's there's tons of fucking really annoying enemies that are
Yeah, so this screen has giant snowballs that... that's basically the explanation that you give for them. They're giant snowballs, and the rest is kind of apparent.
There's some cheese.
Yeah. Oh, this also has a wind gimmick. The wind, it picks up every now and then. I'm sure everyone's seen that in video games a million times.
Oh my god, it's so weird without Zephyr being here now.
Yeah.
I'm lost and confused.
Well, I figured we couldn't expect him, every night at 4 a.m. But
yeah.
Hopefully he'll be here. He'll be around for the warship and such.
The line.
Yeah.
That's important.
So it looks like for dealing with these guys right now, it's probably best to just stick with Mega Man, because
Yeah.
But I think on the warship we are gonna have to just melee them because we don't do anywhere near enough damage otherwise. Okay, so here's the first instance of Rocketeers.
So, oh yeah, these guys. These are probably one of the more infamous enemies in this game. You can look at the screen and see why. They combine all the elements of annoying flying enemy with moving wildly flying enemy and hard to attack and hard to dodge attack.
I actually think the Rocketeers are very well designed because the first time you come to this map and see them, you're just completely overwhelmed and barely scrape past them. But they show up quite a bit after this as well, and you learn how to deal with them pretty well, I think. They're the kind of enemy that is very intimidating at first, but once you know what you're doing, you can... I just showed, I got past that encounter with, I don't think I even got hit by them. No, I did get hit once by the missiles, but yeah, they're not too bad once you know what you're doing.
There's like taking them on alone becomes much easier, but they get introduced in some very specific contests that it gets fun. Oh, Zero's here too, so we get some of the crews here at the very least.
Always good to have at least one person who worked on the game, I think. Alright, so we can ignore all that stuff for now. There's an optional map on this screen that we'll never see because, you know, cheese mode and all.
Cheese mode. So, I have a question, Moogie.
Yeah, go ahead.
Who are you going to put the power glove on
Jerry.
when you get it?
No question.
Oh, are you? Yeah, I figured.
I can't really think of a situation where I wanted on Claire over Jerry. At least for War Master. Might end up swapping it around a bit during the warship, because, you know, like, if you wanted to be really silly during, like, the parts where you switch between each character, you can just switch it between them each time you switch characters.
That's extremely pain in the ass sounding, but yeah, that is something you can do.
Yeah.
I forget where you're going. Like, once you get here, I think you're going to the Chaos Lab?
Yeah. The factory, as we like to call it.
There's 3 bosses there, I think, aren't there?
Yeah. And all 3 of them are gonna be pretty bad.
All 3 of them are not good, yeah.
I'm not that worried about Brain Machine. I think he's pretty easy to just not get hit on. But the other 2, not looking forward to them. I've been practicing some of the bosses off and on, and Chaotic Spot, I think, is going to give me some issues because his attacks are so hard to avoid, basically.
Combat Apparatus does have a whole lot of health.
Yeah. I think Zephyr said he has like 11,000 or something.
Yeah. I think the only... I don't even know what other boss has that much health except for like Warship X. That might be the 3rd highest in the game.
Well, War Master has the most.
Yeah. Outside of like Executive and Max.
Oh yeah. How much did Executive have?
110k.
Right.
I think it was.
So one thing on this playthrough I've kind of figured out is that the energy gem might not actually be as good as we thought it was, because like you run out of ammo with it so quickly that I'm just not sure if it's actually worth it.
Well, typically, like, the reason that it's good is because it like, the DPS within, like, 2 seconds is really high.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, and of course, you have, like, a spare shot weapon in Samus, so you don't, like, and so as long as you have to, if you need to be on shot for any reason, you can switch back fairly easily.
The thing is, it's like good for getting gold times and dealing with mobs, but I'm not sure how actually good it is for like dealing with bosses your first time through, just like casually or indeed on Nightmare. Okay, so
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Like, cause I didn't even use like as you've seen, I don't even have energy gem equipped in my War Master super kill.
Right.
So. Yeah, I don't know. I've been slowly, like, I still think it's extremely near too much item.
Yeah.
But it's kind of losing its. I think like it's too strong in the context of a Mega Man weapon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, basically, I think it wouldn't really even be good on Nightmare if we had it, because you just run out of ammo so quickly, and it wouldn't really do the DPS to match. And we just kind of rolled past a cutscene with War Master and Hex. We're not going to care about that. So
they're having some nefarious talks.
So here's some more Hex Ring platforming, because everybody loves Hex Rings. This part is, not too different from normal mode. You can tank less hits, but you shouldn't be taking too many hits anyway. Okay. Let's see.
Man, that hex ring actually looks pretty hard to get through on your first, if you're trying to do it damageless.
Good thing we're not doing it damageless.
Indeed.
Okay, so I think the stealth section is going to be up after this map.
The stealth section.
Yeah. Actually forgot the way of doing this, so let's figure it out. Oh, that was easy.
I forget how you do this switch, Matt? Switch? Oh.
Like that.
Okay. Well, it was much easier than I thought it was, apparently.
Yeah. Well, we Achilles that screen pretty easily. And now it's time for the second stealth section of the game. I actually do like this section quite a bit. It's actually pretty fun to dodge the enemies. Instead of, you know, the alien section earlier where it was just like hold right and run past them.
So yeah, as you can tell, this is straight up like stealth.
Yeah.
You obviously line of sight them with the blocks in the various like pillars and stuff like that, and if you get the challenge of this is getting through without being spotted one time because there's an item upgrade at the end if you go through it without getting spotted.
Yeah, you saw me just run past it. It doesn't count if they just go yellow. You can still get the item in, but if you hear the sound effect and they turn red, then the door at the end is locked. And you can't just enter from the left side because it's still locked. And those are some pretty good upgrades. They're all weapon upgrades, I think, so you're going to want to try and actually learn these rooms. But on Nightmare, we have the luxury of, you know, screw it, we're just going to run through them. We don't need that cheese.
We don't need the cheese. To Zero's chagrin. He likes the 100% cheese playthrough.
He actually did 100% cheese, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he did. Why? God only knows. But...
And you can kill these guys. I'm thinking we're going to do that on the next screen, but for this screen it's probably more advantageous or just, you know, playing quicker to not bother with that. Especially since we have the spring ball now, which actually makes this section a good deal easier, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So, one thing about these enemies is that it is discouraged from trying to kill them.
Yeah.
But you actually can. And not only that, it's not even a bad idea sometimes. And it's typically done with like some diffusion missiles. They'll chase you up until a certain point, but then they'll just let you go eventually.
So it looks like you cannot use the power bomb to activate switches, so that's good to figure out.
Oh man, that would have been pretty broken.
Yeah. Made it through this part pretty easily my first time, but now we seem to be having some spaghetti.
Spaghetti is what I live for.
Yeah, we all live for spaghetti at this point, I think. Let's see. And obviously this section spawns those giant walls if you get, let's say trigger one of the bots, so don't do that. And basically the idea here is you're going through activating all three switches while trying to avoid being spotted as much as you can. It's pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
But it works out well, I think.
A fun note is that hitting that switch at the bottom, sometimes you accidentally hit it because of bomb radius upgrades with the morph bomb, and you don't have to worry about that anymore. So.
Oh yeah, that is true. It's actually a good deal easier to do that on Nightmare. Alright.
Oh, you didn't even get the cheese when you could get it. You didn't even get spot.
So let's see what the best way to deal with this guy on Nightmare is. Yeah, I'm thinking it's just the 4th level Mega Man.
Yeah, as you can tell, they do shit tons of damage.
Yeah. And they gain immunity to special, I believe, after taking some damage. So again, probably best to just use the 4th level Mega Man charge on Nightmare. And let's see how we want to do the rest of this map. Because when I got the item here, I actually killed them all, because just attacking them doesn't actually make the item doors close. So that's a bit of a kind of a pro tip, I guess. Oh shit.
I think this room, getting the upgrade, was a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, like I said, the easiest way to do it is just to kill them all, because it won't actually count it as having triggered them if you just kill them before they do it.
I had some misfortune with killing them, because like I didn't find that their movement was like consistent, like with how far they traveled after you hit them. Like sometimes I just thought, and sometimes I couldn't tell like how to change it.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna end up doing the kill strats in this room, because it's just much easier to deal with. And the 4th level Mega Man charge actually makes this pretty easy, since you have more or less roughly equivalent DPS to what you would on normal mode if you started off. Again, this is kind of the boring way to do this, but it's the safe way, so... And apparently one of the testers calls Nightmare mode boring mode, so you know, boring strats for boring mode.
So apparently, you know remember the shop in like Southside that you could buy like arrow quivers and stuff from?
Yeah.
Apparently, you can still buy them on Nightmare, but they give you negative internets.
I'll have to go check that out, because that sounds pretty amusing. Okay, so we actually don't have very much shotgun ice. That might be a problem.
You could just drop the spaghetti and get good and stop getting caught.
We could do that, or we could, just do the very safe strat. And we're through. So yeah, again, for that map, you're probably just gonna... Oh god. It's time for Brain Machine.
Oh, that was fast. Are we here already?
Yeah, this section actually isn't long, if you know what you're doing.
Alright, so... Brain Machine. I hope you are good at the strike chain.
Yeah. This is a boss entirely based around the strike chain. Basically, the idea is you ride it around. You ride the boss itself, and avoid the stuff it does. It's one of Zephyr's favorite bosses, and I have to agree it's a very good boss. It's simple to understand what to do, but the implementation is really dynamic and active. Okay.
He has very diverse amount of attacks and the way he does them that put you in lots and lots of awkward positions. That because the floor is lava in this place, and for you kind of take advantage of it at first. As player, you can drop some holy waters on him. The quick kill on this guy involves just dumping holy waters into him and pretending that strike chain doesn't exist. But we do not have that luxury.
Definitely not.
Also, Mugi doing some dank refreshes. I actually did that. I did that on my gold time too, where I just spam jump up.
And another thing to note here is it actually tells you you want to do a dash and then a double jump, because it makes it easier to cling on to the things afterward. And yeah, you want to listen to the scan data here for sure.
So one of the big things with Brain Machine is that you actually don't get many opportunities. When you're just swinging around on the strike chain, you actually don't get many opportunities to actually get a lot of damage into him. You can see Mugi, he only gets a few lemons every time he scrolls around the side on him, and yeah, this makes it very much slower paced. And of course, every time that the lightning floor goes away, you want to take advantage of it with Claire.
Yeah. Which still works on Nightmare, surprisingly.
Yeah, you have enough time to regen hearts, I guess, in between. So if you can tell, Brain Machine the potency of all his hits are fairly high. He does quite a decent amount of damage to him.
Looks like it's gonna be the usual nightmare era of, you know, 4 hits to death. Wow, that was close.
And the vertical beam that he does is probably the cause of a lot of grievance on this guy, because that really throws off like where you're safe.
Yeah.
And phase 3 is where Brain Machine decides to say fuck you in your entirety and does some crazy bullshit. He starts rotating around the room, and he just basically, he barely ever turns off the light and floor, and he makes like 3 of the spike strike chains impossible to stand at a time. He also makes it that he's like, I'm not actually sure what decides his weakness here. Like, I thought it was half damage on all things, but...
Well, you can tell by the, oh god, I died.
Oh, that was a really good first attempt, though.
Well, first attempt, let's call it.
Yeah.
I think we might as well spam all our missiles into it at the start as well.
No railgun.
Well, we wouldn't want to use the railgun anyway.
How do you get 2 shots with it here?
Yeah. So this guy is probably not as bad as I thought it was going to be, because, you know, it's actually easy to dodge everything he does if you just take it slow. I say right as I, like, walk into getting hit, but, you know. Yeah, again, the most difficult thing with this guy is actually, like, finding the opportunity to spam damage into him. I am liking the 4th charge Mega Man shot for this, though. I'm not sure
Dude,
if
you need to just...
Yeah.
You can just, like, jump off and start Jerry juggling him.
Yeah, we're not gonna try that for now, at least.
That's the dank speed strat.
That's the true speed strat. Have you, like,
Positive brain shit.
have you actually done that?
Yeah, I've done it. It's not quite as like good as you think it is, but it's fun to do.
Oh yeah, Jerry juggles are pretty satisfying if you can get them down. Miss my holy waters there.
That's tragedy.
Okay, we're at the last phase again. Last phase, and then all the spaghetti happens.
Once you like get off rhythm in that phase, it's pretty shit. Because you have to wait for the safe spike chain to come around.
right at the end.
Oh no, don't even tell me.
It's okay, we're getting pretty close every turn. This shouldn't be too much longer, I don't think. I don't think the missile damage at the start is really worth it.
I'm convinced that I'm the only one that had this guy gave me more trouble than like Warship Hex did.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't. It's clearly something to do with me because nobody else had this experience with Brain Machine.
So I'm at the point where I'm restarting if I get hit before the final phase. Pro strats, for sure.
Smang is sighing somewhere.
So yeah, like Waffle said, the idea here is you want to keep in a rhythm of like actually maintaining your dashes and all that. If you get off that rhythm, things go bad quickly, so don't get off the rhythm basically. And just pull off some sick dodges whenever, you know, no big deal.
That was, wow. I actually don't know how you didn't get hit by that. I'm kind of shocked.
Got hit twice in a row.
The refreshes! And then the spaghetti.
Yeah. I got too greedy. I lost track of what I was doing. So
You didn't miss your shit that time.
yeah. Ah. So the floor is actually not lava for longer than I thought it was at some points, which is pretty helpful. Oh yeah, and a Nightmare, the end of his third phase kind of bugs out. You don't do enough damage to him to send him into the next phase, so he just sits there for a while.
Yeah, his script seems to kind of like lose its mind for a brief second. Because like, I guess it has like a set amount of attacks and patterns it does, and then it just doesn't.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. You'd think it'd like rotate after that, right? But I guess there's just not. It just doesn't.
Yeah, like, a lot of the transitions between boss phases in this game are damage-based, even if it doesn't look like it. And it just totally breaks there because you don't do enough damage on a Nightmare. That was a pretty sick dodge. And again, you can actually jump through the sprite at the middle, which helps. Might not be obvious on a first playthrough, but the sprite in the middle you can just dash through as well.
What is Brain Machine? Where's Zephyr? I need to ask him.
Yeah,
What's the lore of Brain Machine?
no, it's a brain machine.
Well, it is a brain in a machine. Maybe it's Hex's brain. It would explain a lot.
I'm kind of interested what this sprite is from.
It seems very Contra-esque, I'm inclined to say.
It could be from a shoot 'em up, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got trapped in a bad situation there right at the end.
Apparently the music is a Mother Brain remix.
Yeah, it is.
Learned something new today. Thank you, Brain Machine.
This is used for all 3 of the bosses in this facility, I believe, this music.
Yes, I think so. I had a thought, by the way, that
You had a thought, that's
Zero
right.
needs. Oh, fuck you! That, like, we need some sort of, like, sweet remix for Sarah on Nightmare.
Okay.
The music needs to not be, like, the same, like, moody thing. It needs to be, like, another remix of Windward Birds.
It's a pretty intense fight on Nightmare, so I wonder if that could actually be implemented in the game files. Well, obviously you can always just replace the music yourself, but that's no fun. I can't tell you how helpful it is to actually keep in mind the rhythm of jump dash jump, because you're always going to be tempted to do something else, or at the wrong timing, like I did just there, and it's not going to work out for you. Let's say.
Oh, the refreshes are so awesome when they happen.
Except you actually don't want to do them, because you get in that situation I just demonstrated. So we're making it to the last phase pretty consistently, so again, I hope this won't take, another video's worth.
Brain Machine only stream.
I hope that's not what we end up doing. One of the harder things I find is actually keeping in mind the timing of his projectile burst, because it's a little bit after the tell for it, so you need to kind of keep that in mind. Not as hard as Helmet Head, though.
Nothing is as hard as Helmet Head. Dude, you can get some link arrows in there while you're just sitting on the ground.
That's true.
This is my horribly mutilated DPS brain. This is just going crazy.
At the same time, I'm not sure how much of a difference it actually made on Nightmare DPS.
Probably not. Probably not much. Mind, you also are able to do a full charge while you're raiding too, so.
More or less works out.
I am curious to see because Zephyr said that he wants to do your idea for the new Mega Man Nightmare special. I hope he names it the new Boogie Buster.
The Boogie Buster, I like that.
Rain Machine, only stream.
Please don't say that.
That was unfortunate.
Really?
That was... I'm not sure about that one.
I'm not sure what I could have done there. Like, I'm sure there was something I could have done, but it was not immediately obvious. Yep, actually takes full damage from elemental throughout the fight, so Clear's holy waters are very good. Again, that was a situation. I'm not sure how I could have avoided that. I probably had like a couple of pixels of leeway, but Notion's crying over spilled milk. Spilled nightmare milk. That's what happened to the cheese.
Yeah.
So when that happens, you actually need to like drop down and do some sort of crazy switch between.
Yeah,
hooks.
that was a drop there.
Easier said than done.
Indeed.
Because dropping is actually not something you do that often. Like, just playing the game normally.
Well, it's also possible to like just jump in place and then let the strike thing come to you instead.
Oh, that's true.
Because like they rotate so fast in Phase 3, so. No, the holy water.
Holy water spaghetti. The holy spaghetti. Okay, that was my fault, and I just didn't react to it fast enough.
All these hits that you've taken in this round have been pretty spaghetti.
Yeah.
And then...
All these 2 hits, let's be fair.
Oh yeah, that's true, that's true. I looked at 4 hearts and I assumed you got hit a million times.
If only that were the case.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support, Wafu. Didn't get the 150.
Mash buttons.
Alright, so that went pretty well.
Not a Rain Machine stream.
Yeah. So now we're up to probably I think this is pretty much everyone's favorite platforming area in the game. It's...
I don't remember what you're memeing about.
What?
What is... I'm actually... Oh!
This area.
Okay. This area.
It puts pretty much everything you've learned up to this point into practice in a very cool way, I'd say.
Oh god, the advanced turrets are such assholes.
Yeah, I'm thinking it might be a good idea.
The advanced turrets.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, the advanced turrets, they basically shoot a bullet wave while they're sitting on there, and then when you do enough damage to them, they unhinge and start chasing you. And, they gain, like, a couple of attacks when they unhinge. They actually drop, like, gravity waves, or not gravity waves, but mines on the ground, and it becomes much harder to hit them, too. They're just giant pains, and you're gonna see a lot of them.
Actually getting some good mileage out of the supercharged Mega Man special here. It kills the advanced turrets in 2 hits, which is very useful.
That feel when we already told Zephyr that it was bad and he's already thinking of changing it.
I do think that still my idea is better than the current implementation.
I agree. I think this one's a little like, it's not quite as exciting.
Alright, so let's see what we gotta do here. I think we want to do Gravity Well or something. And my first time through this room, I thought all these robots were going to come to life and attack me or something, but, you know, they don't, so that's nice.
Yeah. Oh, apparently you don't actually have to do damage to the turrets to start following you. I just assumed they did. I assumed their starting trigger.
One thing to know is that the Rocketeer's laser blast cannot be dodged with the dash, so you can actually, you know, get out of the trajectory of them.
Yeah, if you see as the laser animation comes up that it is it's got the red of no dashing.
So let's see if this works. It definitely does not work.
Are you trying to cheat?
Yes. So I think there's a way to angle this bomb so that, yeah, radius is too small. There we go. It's not cheating if it works, but it didn't work, so it was cheating, I guess. I'm bad at reading the way these things go. Unfortunately, hearts don't despawn because I kind of broke those pots way too early. Oh, it's our first the shock unit.
Oh, the precursor to Buttface McGee.
And you have to restart this entire screen if you die, which is a hardship.
Yeah, that's definitely a hardship. The shield guys, they're the worst. There's a particularly infamous one that you can see later too.
Buttface McGee.
Yeah.
Double kill.
Okay, so not too much trouble from the Rocketeers. That's good. Now we have to just gotta figure out what. Okay. Just do something like that. This map is actually really fun when you're on Nightmare and have to think about how to approach each enemy as it comes up. So we can't actually hit that guy.
Here he comes. Yep. The missile asshole.
Okay.
Oh, that was some less than clean dashing, I have to say.
Yeah. I guess I pressed the button again twice too slow, and it didn't register as an air dash, so I just kind of, dashed into shit.
So one of the mercies of the shot guys is that you can hit them from the other side with flare. While their shield's up, they take half damage from normal, so it's not a full blessing, but it is a good thing.
So I'm gonna let Wafu comment on that death just now.
Whew. That was a self-inflicted hardship.
Yeah. That was the most spaghetti possible. And the second Rocketeer didn't spawn this time. That's kind of interesting.
He just didn't want to come out. He just saw you kill that guy. He was like, nah, fuck that.
He knows how it would end for him.
It reminds me of there's one Team Skull member in Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh, yeah?
That's just straight up just like, no, fuck that. You look tough. I ain't doing this shit. The smartest guy in any Pokemon game. He's a genius.
That went badly.
Oh yeah, this isn't a kill room. So it's coming back each time.
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to remove Claire's dash from your your controller.
Wow. Am I that bad?
It was both times now. It's a misuse of Claire's dash.
So actually hitting the Rocketeer sprite itself does not actually inflict damage. I'm not sure I ever noticed that.
I didn't know it didn't have contact damage.
It's just helpful. Okay, let's try this again.
Oh no, Rocketeer came out this time.
Yeah. And it's actually kind of strange that they don't both always spawn. Wonder what's up with that.
Yeah. It didn't happen again. What? Huh.
It looks like the top guy only spawns if you actually walk all the way across on the top. So maybe I should just not do that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, on the plus side, we have some hearts in here, so the damage we take at the start of the screen doesn't really matter. Wow, that was a bad hit. So, wasn't expecting to have trouble on this part.
Yeah. They do a lot of damage.
They do.
It's like the problem with the shot guys is less them themselves, but they're always paired with something terrible.
And we don't have enough damage to just take them out instantly on this. I have to imagine that bomb strat is the intended strategy because it's set up perfectly for the ricochet.
I don't remember what I did. I don't think it was that though, but it sure seems intended.
So the shield guys are really easy to deal with if there's no other enemies with them. They basically exist to give you a hard time when there are other enemies with them. Oh shit! Oh my god! Platforming, man.
No.
Platforming is intense.
No! That's tragic.
It really is. I think I'm gonna wait for these cycles to align better next time. That was like I got trapped between basically the hex ring and the laser thing.
Oh, MovieNet's doing its thing.
Is it? It looks fine on my end.
It was, but it's back. This is a few seconds of buffering.
No big deal. The VODs will always have all the footage anyway, so. So this motorcycle guy is like an amazingly asshole-ish spawn, I have to say.
What's next? Blade bots?
Yeah,
Blade bots. Combat apparatus is ladder.
So, pro tip, don't get by the lasers before you go into that room, because you're gonna need all the HP you can get.
Oh, no. There is only sadness allowed here. This is a sad-only stream.
But hey, this room is actually pretty fun, so I don't mind dying here.
You just had to skip that one smartest rocketeer alive.
So, let's wait for the lasers to actually go into a good position this time. That sounds good.
Alright. Beat the laser boss.
The laser boss, yes. Oh my god. I don't know what's up with me.
Don't even...
Claire's dash. Yeah, that was some pretty special spaghetti.
Man, I did not remember this room being that hard, but I can see it.
Yeah.
Because any kill section with a shield guy is the worst.
Yeah. Basically, this kind of hinges on me killing the turret like immediately. Okay. And after that, the shield guy is no big deal. Just do that, and they go down like like taking candy from a baby or something. I don't know. Come up with your own metaphor.
And now you just beat the shit out of the poor shock unit.
Okay, so I tanked the entire edge of that screen, but we made it through. Wait until you see that. Okay, so.
Oh, are you about to Raocow this shit?
Yes. Yes, I am. I'm sorry, Wafu.
Oh, that was so disillusioning. That was.
And one thing to note is that you cannot dash through the lasers. They count as red objects.
Double kill!
They look more orange than red, but they're definitely red. Alright, so let's figure out what to do here.
Feel bad. Feel bad for Raocow, because we refer to tanking as Raocowing. He's not that bad at video games, he's just sometimes bad at video games.
Sometimes. He's a lot better at video games than probably the average person, let's say. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure how you're meant to approach this. thinking that bomb is actually going to despawn, so that's not the best idea.
That's true. Proud Cow did beat War Master.
He did.
He did.
That didn't work.
You don't die on this, do you?
No.
Okay.
It's very easy to avoid damage. I'm just trying to figure out what you're supposed to actually do.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is one of those awkward ones. I mean, it's true. I mean, I'm only good at one type of video game, so anything with platforming, as demonstrated by this game, makes me die.
Okay. You can actually hit both of those other two switches at once with projectiles, so that's easy. And that stays unlocked, so let's just come through here and take care of it.
Perfect.
Let's ignore that hit and take care of this guy. Wow, that was...
I didn't realize that the second robot, when you come into that room, actually flashes red.
Yeah.
Huh.
Got killed by something. Not sure what it was, but it was sure something.
I'll let you know.
I think it was the fist.
Yeah, you just walked into the fist. It was awesome. Said. Fucking shock enemies. They're the worst. Yeah, can you kill the fist?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've ever even tried to kill the fist.
I don't think I have either.
Maybe I'll try scanning it next time we see one.
I don't know. Remember the like the wind ball and shit. It could be something weird like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Raukau had like what 3 videos on the Abomination,
Oh, yeah.
but he did it. I only had like 2 or 3 videos on War Master too. Apparently, it took him like just under 3 hours or something.
Yeah, it took him like 2 hours, 45 minutes, I think. Which is respectable. So the end of this screen is going to be garbage. I'm not even sure how I'm going to deal with that.
Yeah.
That guy's set up pretty well for link kills, at least.
The guy just like slowly backs up as you beat the shit out of him with Claire. Poor guy.
So they're immune to energy, which is an issue. The randomly spamming strategy did not work out very well.
Double kill! Multi-kill!
This guy's actually set up really well to shoot with link arrows.
Oh yeah, Ice actually just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
The shock units are weak to pierce before they put their shield on.
Oh, that is good to know.
I actually knew that, but I totally forgot about it.
Looks like you can do something silly like this. That was on.
Okay.
So yeah, that was actually not as bad as it looked like.
Oh, now you're just gonna beat the piss out of him in the corner.
Yeah.
This poor shock unit is scared for his fucking life, dude.
I don't care.
And then he just run into the laser at the end for good measure.
I thought it was on Samus and could morph bullet, but I could not.
I remember this room. I had some hardships on this room my first time.
This room is, yeah, it's something.
It conjures hardships.
Yeah. Okay, so that actually does work. Not sure if you have to redo the switch puzzles every time in this room or not. I hope you don't. Because, you know, that'd be silly. Oh shit, this guy. And these guys actually drop the same bombs as Chaotic Bot does, if you never noticed.
I think you just constantly refer to him as Chaotic Spot.
That's just what I know him as now. Oh god. Okay, that was my bad, and I was just playing poorly. And that switch puzzle does stay activated, so that's nice.
That's good.
Okay, they both came at me. So yeah, the idea with those guys is that you want to kill them quickly before they have a chance to, like, ruin your life, let's say.
The turrets. You know, Chaos just has some really, really AIDS units.
So did you see what that guy did? He actually teleported himself such that he got hit by my Spazer twice, and it killed him instantly.
Yeah, I did see that. That was
pretty cool.
That was pretty interesting. I actually had that when I was fighting Sarah on your save, where she like did her flight to the left, to the left, and the Spacer followed her all the way through it, and did fucking metric tons of damage.
I'm so glad you don't have to fight something at the end of that screen. Seems like a pain on Achilles then. So good thing we're not doing Achilles.
Indeed.
And this is another screen that seems like it's going to have an encounter where it actually doesn't. You just kind of walk through it past all these bots. Not sure what...
There's a health thing right there too.
Yeah. I totally thought they were only going to come to life and attack me. Spoilers, they don't. Thank you, Jeremy. So let's just get rid of this guy. I don't like him at all. Dagger special is very good for those hanging units, especially. So this is another screen where it's pretty fun when you're taking your time, you know, watching how all the enemies spawn and what you gotta clear out beforehand. Kind of a similar idea to, I guess, the big long RPG Nightmare Gate area, where there's a bunch of enemies you want to take out beforehand.
Oh god, this room is pretty fucking rough. There's a lot of shit to do in this room,
Yeah.
in terms of switches and enemies. This is kind of like the... I think this is the penultimate room before Blade Bots, right? I don't remember.
I don't really remember. There's a lot of rooms.
But this room like has pretty much everything from all the screens, just overlapping lasers, tons of switches, and annoying ass enemies.
I think we cleared out all the enemies, so we're gonna try and take it. You know, it'd be real bad if we died to the lasers at this point. So we're gonna try.
It would be.
This would probably be a fun speedrun room, you know, for anybody
Yeah.
interested in the DT3 speedrun.
I believe. I don't actually believe, but maybe one day. Not actually, but you know.
So did you see that sick ricochet I just did? I'm pretty proud of that.
I haven't seen it yet.
Pretty proud of that, I'm gonna say. Oh,
I'm waiting for the sick ricochet. Okay, it was a pretty good ricochet.
Okay, I think you can hit all these with a bomb, maybe. Yeah, you have to lob it upwards a bit. Or let's try gravity well. Yeah, gravity well hits them all. That's good. Gravity well is very useful on these screens. I'm actually kind of gaining a new appreciation for its use as a not an actual weapon, but a puzzle-solving weapon. So it is very good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, for the switches especially, it's extremely good.
Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll see what we do with these guys.
Blade Bots time.
Yeah. So, we're actually not making too bad of time with this stream. It's only been a little over an hour and we're already here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's see if this doesn't take like 2 hours or something. Okay, so we want to start off with Claire. So the gimmick with these guys is that you cannot dash through any part of their sprite. That includes the sabers. So you want to make use of these strike chain hook points just to like dodge and over them. And then the floor turns into lava anyway, so you kind of have to. So not paying attention. That'll be my downfall. Let's try it again. So, Wafu, how do you feel about these guys?
So, the fun note about blade bots is that I actually discovered that it is indeed possible to kill the first one before the second one comes out.
Oh, really?
Which just ends the fight immediately. It's barely possible to do, according to Zero, on your normal mode playthrough.
Yeah.
And still kind of hard to do in the boss gallery for the quick kill. I actually did it on accident in my goal time, without realizing that you could even do it.
What sort of loadout did you have?
It involves holy waters, I'll just say. Holy waters and the power glove.
That makes sense.
But, so yeah, blade bots, like, and yeah, as you can imagine, if you kill the first one immediately, then the second one never shows up and the fight ends. You don't have to do the avoidance phase or anything.
I wish I could do that. At least they take full damage from everything. Yeah, that's something.
Oh, actually, apparently in the story mode, you do actually have to kill both.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like, as you can tell, like, one blade bot doesn't really do anything. He's very simple, has huge tells on everything. And, like, you just kind of beat him up until the second one shows up.
When the second one shows up, there's a problem.
Yeah. The big issue from this fight is, like, mostly emerges when the floor is lava phase, like, shows up and you have to start strike chaining. Then, getting around things starts getting trouble. And because they also add fire pillars to their arsenal at this time too, so overall, there's like, it's there's a lot of like wide movement you have to do to get around both enemies.
Yeah.
Because like, unlike the other double bots that you fight earlier, the arena is fairly large, and you have a lot of verticality with the strike chains.
And again, you cannot dash through the sprites themselves, which adds like an entirely different dynamic to the fight than you have otherwise.
So yeah, like the secret to this fight is like making use of all the space you have available. Just make use of the big room. Don't randomly like misjudge their distance and get hit in the face like Oogie just did. And
because again, they have gigantic tills, and it's really easy to dodge if you have to pay attention.
Being like, basically, like, they go much, like, they have huge tells, but they go, like, their sword strikes make them go farther than you might think at first, so just don't take risks with it. Yeah, like, these guys were kinda, I don't know, they kind of, I don't want to say they felt like a filler boss on normal, but they were just kind of there at first. Like, it's like, in comparison to like, combat apparatus or brain machine, it's just kind of like two dudes.
Yeah.
But like, they prove, they might be pretty hard on Nightmare. Yeah, an overall pretty neat fight, because they do this, with the shared HP thing, and I like that, lots of movement options available to you with the strike chain.
We're pretty much gonna sit on Mega Man, I think. It's not worth it to try and get in the extra Belmont DPS, I don't think. Okay, and here's the avoidance phase. Not actually sure what the trigger for this. I mean, I guess it's reducing their HP, but I don't know, like, by how much. It's
So, yeah,
actually kind of similar to Brain Machine and the actions you're doing.
Yeah. So yeah, you get this interlude where both you can't attack either of them, and they both just throw nonsense at you, and you have to do some strike chain avoidance.
Hopefully you're good at that after you know Brain Machine.
I think you would be. And the annoying part is the fire floor actually lingers for a while, and then as soon as it starts, one of them does the fire floor attack, and you're just like, oh well, I'll just go fuck myself. You're just sitting there on the strike chain forever.
And they're weak to elemental, and you get a pretty good opportunity to recharge shotgun ice during the avoidance because you can't damage them anyway.
No switch to clear holy waters.
I'm not gonna try for that. I don't think it's too risky. One thing to note is they actually kind of restore each other's health. I'm not really sure how that works, but they do it.
Well, it's kind of, I believe it's kind of like they have 2 HP bars and they just kind of split their health until they're even at all points.
That makes sense. They're not actually healing. And I believe you do actually have to kill both of them. It's not like the other twin bot fight where you just kill one of them and it ends, because they have the exact same health bar there.
Yeah, they are actually 2 health bars, so, yeah.
But of course, once you kill one of them, the other one's just, you can't do anything.
It's just a dorky blade bot.
And these guys' sprites are from Astro Boy Omega Factor, which is actually a pretty cool game by Treasure, the guys who made, Gunstar Heroes and all that. It's an interesting combination of side-scrolling action game and adventure game, actually. You have to do, after you beat the game once, you unlock the ability to travel through time, and you gotta go all around all the levels finding secrets and stuff to actually unlock the true ending. I'm not really doing it justice because I'm trying to explain it while fighting these guys, but it's a very cool game. People should give it a shot, I think. I like how they just kind of sat on the other side of the arena, doing nothing.
Yeah.
Okay. So the key here is...
By the way...
Go ahead.
I was about to say it, I think you can actually still get damaged by the blade bots when they do their pose and start walking to the avoidance.
Yeah, they can.
I don't...
You can.
Fucking bullshit.
One thing to know is that you can actually lock yourself into the firewalls by doing a strike chain badly, so don't do that. It'll actually just snap you inside of the fire and you have no chance.
Oh, you can get some neat double hits with gravity well, and when they're both stacked on each other, it's pretty good.
Yeah, there's one of them.
I guess you could also charge the X Buster and hit them both, I guess.
Yeah, I actually should have been doing that. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Well done. I was expecting some hardship, but there was no hardship.
Yeah, that went much better than I expected. Basically, the idea is that you don't want to get aggressive in that fight, because if you just play it safe, you can dodge everything they do real easy. I wouldn't call it a filler fight, but it's basically about, you know, figuring out actually what to do. It's very simple once you do that. Oh, here's a lovely screen. Oh, I like Jerry's comment here. I'll let you handle this one, Claire. And it's a screen where you can literally only do with Jerry because of the strike chain. Jerry's kind of an asshole.
He is kind of a dick, yeah. Shame that IRL Jerry will never know.
Zephyr needs to make Jerry LP this.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, the real Jerry and Jeremy doing commentary. I want to see their reaction.
And voice acting.
Yeah, I want to see their reactions to the characters in the game. So, the problem here is you cannot actually charge very well while on these things. So, it's gonna come down to the shotgun ice, I think.
Double kill. Multi-kill.
The gravity well actually works really well here, huh?
Mega kill.
Oh, it's a fucking...
Killing
I love the
spree.
Lakitu at the end.
I forgot about that. That's good.
And yeah, that's actually a place where the gravity well works really well as a defensive weapon. So
Yeah,
it's not as
you can
useless as
place
we
it where-
thought. And I got hit right at the end there, otherwise that would have been Achilles. Sad.
I never thought the gravity well was useless, but just awkward as a special type weapon, basically.
Yeah. It's like, it's definitely not as good as the missiles for doing damage. I never actually saw this sign, I'm just gonna kill myself, because...
Oh, this room's pretty fun.
Yeah, I like...
It's pretty... This room's pretty dang.
This room is great, I love this room. It actually reminds me of the sequence in Chrono Trigger where you're going down elevators in the Black Omen, but obviously it's nothing actually like that. It's just kind of a similar concept. How long will it take me to figure out how to do this room? That's the question.
That is the question. This looks like a pretty rough Achilles room, I gotta say.
Yeah, dashing through the blue lasers is actually quite difficult with Jerry's dash. They do 10 damage here, so I might actually die from damage too, which would be pretty cool.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
That's definitely one way to look at it.
You know, I still can't believe Rauka beat the entire game with the original DT1 dash controls. It's just...
It's pretty special. Honestly, anybody who plays with those controls freak me out.
Yeah.
I can only assume you're some eldritch video game abomination that should be put down.
So we made past that room pretty easily. Some fun platforming. Spider drone.
Oh, we did it.
Though I believe this is the first appearance of the spider drone.
Is it the first appearance of the spider
I
drone?
believe so. And boy, these guys spam a lot of Don Maku at you.
Praise to the spider drone. You get to see one. There's one special
Here's a very
spider
special
drone.
spider drone, yes. This is a room. I love the guy's animation he does for the forward punching. It just looks so goofy.
Yeah, Slakes plays on keyboard and the original dash controls.
Wow, that is something.
He's prime fucking DT.
So you have to do something pretty cool at the end there. You have to jump off the strike chain with Jerry and then turn into Claire and do a morph ball in midair. And here's another strike chain riding room. These rooms seem like they would be, you know, like kind of obnoxious, but they're not. They're actually really fun. Everybody likes them. Like, this is one of the areas of the game that pretty much everybody would list as one of their favorites, I think. It's just very dynamic with how everything's set up,
Yeah.
and you don't actually have to do like completely precise tight movements. There's room to figure out like what you want to do for yourself.
I gotta say, all the strike chain strike chain side scrollers are pretty like, interesting.
Yeah.
Let's say, which reminds me that like I don't hate auto scrollers in DT3 like I normally do.
Oh yeah, I think Zephyr is aware of the problems with auto scrollers, and he went to great lengths to make them like actually fun to do in DT3.
Sometimes he forgets a checkpoint, but that's okay. I forgive him.
Like, you're not really waiting around at any point on this screen. It's not even like an actual auto scroll. You're just actually following this thing along of your own volition, so that helps. Well, it'd help if I could figure out what you're supposed to do here. Like, it helps that you have basically like 3 movement options in the air at this point. You can dash, you can air dash, you can jump and double jump. So there's like a lot of room to figure out how you want to approach this. Because again, you can actually dash through these spike balls. They do not. You can dash through everything here. It does not have red outlines. So if you want to get like saucy, you can try doing dash strats through these guys.
Are you taking my adjectives now?
I am.
Is that catching on?
Canada has corrupted me. I'm not even sure if saucy is like a Canadian thing. It's just something Wafu does.
Yeah, that's just me. I don't think it's a Canadian thing.
And now you introduce some insta-kill spikes into the mix for good measure. And again, you do snap immediately onto him, so try to avoid what I did there. I think this screen needs some rocketeers. What do you think, Wafu?
I agree.
God. I'm just spaghettiing all over the place with the strike chain tonight.
Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
did you know that I was talking to Zero in chat about this, but did you know that there's no achievement for beating Wex?
There's no achievement for me. That's for
There's an achievement for beating Executive,
yeah.
but there is no achievement for beating Wex.
Well, don't you need the gold Vex to get the all golds achievement?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you
that's sort of it.
the all golds achievement that probably only Wafu will ever get, well, like Wafu and maybe Zero.
Zero will probably get it. Nice name.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like you missed an opportunity. Can you imagine? Isn't that the perfect opportunity for an achievement called Incredible?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Like, isn't that the most obvious thing? How do you, Zephyr? Come on, dude. Come on.
Wafu really loves those achievements. Like, damn. Are DT3 achievements all you have left to live for at this point, basically?
I mean, I'm doing DT1 right now just to prolong my like DT series infatuation.
Has anybody actually gotten all of the achievements like before the update?
I bet.
Which would, you know?
I bet fucking Zero has or something.
So this screen does have enemies on it.
Anyone not a tester? Probably not, but
I mean, especially now that you have to gold Rex to get all the achievements. So the idea here is that you shoot these switches to change the railway path. It passes that the strike chain thingamabob goes on. This kind of adds another dimension to the platforming here. It's not very hard once you figure out what you're supposed to do, really.
But Zero is apparently very happy that Helmet Head became a meme.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does he love Helmet Head that much?
Maybe. Especially considering he's the owner of the only Helmet Head 16.
Oh, yeah.
And he's gonna be the only person who gets Helmet Head 16.
So here's a very cool screen that everybody freaks out about on their first time through, but it's not as bad as it looks.
Oh, this screen is, yeah, you can see Zephyr in the bottom left. Hate me if you want, but I'm still laughing, as the message. And, this screen, I don't know if it's not as bad as it looks. It's about as bad as it looks.
Now, the trick here is you want to stay on the bottom platform. Well, let's call it a platform, yeah. Because that'll like put you in a good position to both dodge and hit them. Okay, maybe it is as bad as it looks. I failed to do a strike chain that time. I was pro playing. It's one down. Okay.
This is another one of those maps or screens that's that actually is pretty good with the energy gem.
Yeah. This is like the best place in the game to use the energy gem, probably. And now I'm failing to grab onto the strike chain things, which is, you know, as Waffle would say, XD.
Yeah. As a note, there is a wall at the beginning and end of this, so once you go in, you are stuck here. There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, you can't lure them to like solid grounds.
This is just your life now,
Yeah.
spinning with these Rocketeers. Zephyr actually has a video proving, or trying to prove, because I don't know, I assume that some people like complained that this room was impossible on Achilles. And like he made a video showing that it wasn't impossible, except that he doesn't get hit by the Rocketeers, but he steps in lava a million times in the video.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing.
So we're gonna wait for Shotgun Ice to recharge for a sec.
Oh, this is pretty good. Good job.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. Oh my god. We were not good.
No, don't even tell me you die here. Come on. Oh, that is the biggest hardship. This is a hardship stream.
Yeah.
Okay, you got the first one down pretty good.
Getting hit by missiles, which is surprising. It's actually kind of hard to see the tail for the missiles on this background. Who would have thought this screen would end the playthrough?
Anybody except you that has played this game. Man, you're so close to combat apparatus.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna actually beat this combat apparatus this screen or not, but we'll find out.
I'm expecting combat apparatus to be pretty hard.
Yeah.
So I'd be amazed if we got it this stream, since we typically go for 2 hours and 6:30.
I really hope I can stop missing the strike chains. Oh, you can actually get him with a charge shot coming into this. That's good to know.
Oh, that was good.
Was it waffle? Was it good?
No, well, it wasn't good after. Not a good to get. Okay, you have 1 health. Easy.
Yeah, very easy.
It wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy, no. At least I know I can get some good damage in on this guy at the start now.
Had 5 HP left.
5 HP, really?
Man, this map is rough.
It really is.
This is one of those maps that makes me scared of playing Achilles.
Yeah, this is rough on Achilles for sure. The lava killed me. Keep trying to get fancy, and I'm not sure if that's like the correct solution. I'm just bad at it, or it's better just try, you know, not do anything sick. Okay, now let's not die to the lava. Oh, we died to the lava. And these guys do respawn.
Oh, wait. No way. Are you about to kill this and then...
Yeah. Well, we did it once, we can do it again.
Did you just, like, embody Bootstrap?
Yes. I mean, like, seriously, we did do it once, so it's not a big deal doing it in.
Zero says they respawn, but the door might stay down.
Oh, well, we'll see after I kill this guy. Oh, the door does stay down. Okay, that's good.
Okay.
Alright, so I think we're at Chaotic Spot. Again, if this goes on for like more than 30 minutes, we're gonna call it a night. But we'll see how it goes.
Oh boy. It's combat apparatus.
Oh, it's actually not combat apparatus yet. First we have to do...
Oh, really?
First we have War Master.
I got very confused for a second.
It's okay. Made a Chow dance a bit. So these guys sure are easy when you're keen to have solid ground to deal with them on.
Double kill. Double kill.
Alright, I think you're not supposed to kill the enemies here. Just run through here. Now, I tried to do a lot of these switches here with sick, you know, gravity well strats, but we don't need to do that at all. You can just do that, basically.
Yeah, I got into that like thought of, oh, hey, I should just use gravity well for everything.
Yeah, but you don't. You don't need to do that. The screen gets a little bit overwhelming. Oh, we have to fight these guys again. You know that. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate that. So I think I might actually want to kill the hanging dudes here. fortunately fairly easy to do.
Killing spree.
Knife special. Always big fan of the knife special.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get...
Double kill.
Those are some sick dodges.
Multi-kill.
These guys sure fill up the screen fast.
Ultra kill.
Okay, you want to avoid letting too many of those guys spawn, because I believe they will spawn indefinitely. I'm not actually sure if you can kill everything on this map or not. Does anybody know?
Zero will probably know once he gets it in the past.
Oh, in the future, really?
Yeah, fair
Double
enough.
kill.
Zero, do you know if you can kill all the enemies on this map and they won't respawn? Because we assume that the floating chaos guys will respawn indefinitely.
Okay, I know what to do there, but it's a matter of doing it.
Zero says they do spawn forever.
Okay,
So
that's good to know. You do get a decent amount of hearts here, so it's not as bad as it could be. Actually, don't even really need the knife special here.
Double kill.
Alright, so that's Achilles.
oh, did you actually get it through that cleanly?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think I took damage at the start, but we'll ignore that.
Oh yeah, you actually I think may have gotten hit by a Rocketeer. It was the important. You Achilles the important part.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the map that we were joking about disabling Spring Ball. It does not disable Spring Ball. So it's significantly easier now. Before you had Spring Ball, you had to actually time bomb jumps to get up through these little narrow openings, but now you can just jump. It's no problem at all.
Like this map almost feels like I would like if I had done this map post patch, I would have just always assumed Spring Ball was part of it.
Yeah. It's actually kind of tricky timing the bombs on normal mode, but it's like very easy to Achilles this now. Let's see if I can make it.
Yeah, that switch at the top right was really rough without the spring ball.
So yeah, Achilles that first try, the spring ball kind of makes short work of that map. Okay, now it's time for the combat apparatus.
Yeah, that's true. You can also switch to Claire and you know, switch to Claire and then fall in many of the stuff. Now, combat apparatus.
Combat apparatus is... he's a guy.
He is a guy. He's a guy with a lot of health.
Yeah.
So, combat apparatus has a whole fucking lot of attacks. And many of them have very hard tells, let's say. And many of them will come out at the same time. So the thing about apparatus for damaging him is that he has like shifting weaknesses that come like he's weak to some things during some attacks, and weak to others during some other attacks. It's very weird, let's say. Like during his like laser sight thing, he's weak to shot, and during his bullet volley, he's weak to special.
Laser volley, not bullet volley.
Yeah, laser volley, rather.
So, first thing we're going to deal with on Nightmare is actually getting past his first phase.
Yeah. So, the big thing about apparatus is that his phase 3 sucks. And he also has an intermission where you're going to see some morph ball avoidance.
Yeah. Some very, very cool morph ball avoidance.
Yeah, he actually is, yes, he is static. His attacks are all, like, damage-based, I believe.
Also, one thing to
His
note
pattern
is you don't ever want to get behind him, because he'll spam a bunch of missiles that are basically impossible to dodge. Okay, so we got to the first morph ball avoidance. It's actually not entirely obvious that you have to bomb him to get past here, but you'll figure it out eventually, I assume. Don't do that. Tried to get too fancy with the power bomb.
So yeah, sometimes you can accidentally morph bomb yourself, and then you'll jump into a laser. Oh, that Jerry juggling.
And this is, going into this avoidance phase is actually not damage based, it's just on a timer. You can kill him before he goes into it at all. Which is pretty much the gold strat.
Exactly, that's way faster than the gold strat if you do it like that.
Oh,
yeah, his gold time is like really, really, really high.
Okay, I just let that laser take the kill on me. I wanted to be friendly to him.
again, the real barrier to this fight is going to be at like the very last phase where he decides to go he just decides to go ape shit and throws the kitchen sink at you.
I really need to stop trying. Okay, let's just kill myself. That was never gonna work out. I need to stop trying to get fancy with the power bombs because it's just messing me up. The way you have to actually charge them up is like actually lay a bomb beforehand, and it's gonna be all out of sync. So let's just do this the intended way after the first hit. So he actually does not have as much HP as I thought. Like, you can see him actually at half HP already.
It doesn't feel like he has 11k. I'm actually kind of shocked. I feel like Sarah went down way slower than this.
Yeah.
I guess it's because he actually has weaknesses. So. And is largely stationary.
Yeah, you actually get some good opportunities for damage on him at various points. Okay, so the pillars are what's gonna end my life, basically. So I just kind of zoned out there, was like, wait, what do I do?
We're about to see what. Yeah, this is where that laser is where he just decides no, we're not gonna do it. We're not doing anything like that.
Yeah.
And those lasers are the big fucking problem. The big space that. Since it's like his phasing is on a timer, I think the goal is going to be like to get him as low as possible going into the second avoidance so you can kill him soon after. Because otherwise, you are going to have a very miserable time.
You can actually kill him during the second avoidance.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think that's what I did.
Yeah, that's what I did my first time. I actually thought my first time it was like how the fight actually was scripted to play out. But no, it's actually just on a timer. Boy, you do very low damage with morph ball bombs.
That's about, 200 damage every 3 or so. And gravity well is about a lot of damage for the special weakness.
So I kind of got baited into a winnable position there. But I got it down pretty low. This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I'm actually almost disappointed.
Almost. I'm not.
You need to go balls and just start doing some link shit in the second phase.
No, thank you. I'm fine with safety strats. So yeah, it looks like I can get him down about half HP at the first avoidance. So if we can keep that up for the second avoidance, I can kill him there. Not too much different from normal mode. Just you can't take any hits, let's say.
The good news is that at this rate you won't get to, or have to see much of Phase 3 because nobody likes Phase 3.
I got the 2-hour message.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh my god, almost. I died like right at the last second I could have.
Oh, that was
sad.
that's crushing.
The intro is pretty sad. Just don't like overextend your dash and jump into flames like I've been doing. I've also been missing a couple of Jerry juggles, which is, you know, pathetic, let's say. Missing that Jerry juggle. Going off it.
What the fuck, man?
You're the cause of all my hardships in life, really.
Mate, we've only known each other for like 5 years. What's the excuse before that? Or were there none before that?
Well, you are the abomination.
You're not wrong. I mean, take offense.
So if we're good, we can make it to this part without taking a hit, but I'm bad, so I didn't.
A shame.
Yeah. Shameful display.
I actually didn't know that he went strong to normal attacks.
Yeah, he does. So the Jerry Juggles wouldn't really work out anyway.
Nice save.
That didn't work out how I was expecting to at all.
Oh no. Oh god.
basically, if you like miss a single jump during that section or whatever, it totally throws off your rhythm. So it's pretty demanding, actually. I'm not really saying much because I have to focus. I'm sorry. Wafu's just
the classic.
Wafu's just a bump on a log.
That's pretty rude.
Maple log.
That's less rude.
I could have saved it, but I was too spaghetti.
Oh my god. Pro dodges, and then bad dodges.
That's a theme throughout this entire playthrough.
Well, the good news is that nobody will have to see the most shameful executive death ever.
But yeah.
Man, I wish I was a fly on the wall to see your reaction to that one.
Yeah, when I was fighting Executive, I got into the last phase, and got a couple hits on him, and then I jumped into a sprite with Claire and died. Made me very sad. Like the final phase, when he's just... And I got trapped there, I wasn't paying attention, so... Probably gonna die, but we'll give the old college try. That almost worked. So I'm actually kind of learning how this guy's attacks interact more so than I would have normal, but I think it's not going to be too much longer before I, get the kill. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Keep switching to Claire at the start instead of Link. So yeah, I'm basically doing this all Jerry except for the avoidance. Apologies to Claire fans everywhere.
Any Black Cat fans are really sad.
Yeah. Better to just avoid damage and try getting in more damage there, I think. Yeah, the gravity well is actually very good against this guy. Because it's basically free to just throw it out and forget about it. So that was a sad predicament I found myself in.
Oh no.
I'm not dead yet, but maybe a matter of time at this point. Ah, thought I had more iframes than I did. So yeah, I think this isn't going to be too much longer. missiles just for good measure. So I think the laser spawning is tied to damage and is not in fact random.
I think so too. I'm pretty sure.
Because like I was doing much faster DPS that time than last time, and it went poorly for me, let's say.
Yeah, maybe. I guess so.
That was just spaghetti all over the place.
I hate spaghetti. I love spaghetti, but sometimes it's depressing. Oh, come on.
Yeah. That was just poor play on my ends. I think I'm going to prefer the avoidance there instead of just trying to get in even more damage. Thing about his attacks is that they're actually easier to dodge than they appear at first glance, I'm finding. Like, the laser spam seems very difficult, but it's not that bad if you actually get away from him and stay on the floor. Jerry's dash seems to be the best choice for it as well. Just good because, you know, I'm just spamming Jerry all the little all day here. We reached the second avoidance, so maybe we can make it through phase 3 without too much trouble. It actually has a different pattern for dropping bombs in here, I didn't notice.
And now here comes the kitchen sink.
Alright. Worked out better than I thought. So I think we're going to proceed to the next area and call it a quit for the night. Because that was a pretty fun boss.
Alright. We have won.
Yeah, that went much better than I was expecting again.
Took about a half an hour.
Yeah.
About. You good?
Like I said, we were going to try it again another day if it went longer than half an hour, but that's about how long it took, so pretty good. Again, that boss is very much about, like, towards the end there, I was very tempted to get greedy, but I just told myself that if I got greedy, it would go badly, and it would have if I had. Because, like, I ended up with 1 HP left. Well, 1 HP, we say 1 heart. 1 hit's worth left of damage, let's say.
Wow, I forgot. Hex memed you.
Yeah. So this part is kind of, you know, the DT3 cutscene, let's say. Again, like, you always play everything in this game. Oh, and you actually have to, like, survive on this platform for a while. I thought you could just, like, kill yourself and it would instantly progress, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I guess you have to wait for all the dialogue to play out. Jeremy tells us we're safe. Alright, so this next screen is pretty cool, so why don't we go ahead and do it? Oh yeah, this is like the one actual cutscene in the game.
There's a couple, but yeah, I think this is the most like cutscene.
Does anybody know what the warship's right here is? I'm kind of curious. It looks like something from just like a shoot 'em up, but I'm very unfamiliar with shoot 'em ups, let's say. So I'm not really sure what it is. Okay, so this is the kind of mind screw room. It really messes with you first time through, but since I know what to expect, it's not too bad. I also like how it kind of teases you, like saying, "Well, if you game over here, you're gonna die forever," but there's no way to actually even take damage here. Imagine if you actually did die here and it really like actually did delete your save.
So yeah, this room is I like to call it the inside of Kefit's brain.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of weird like platforming gimmicks that would probably they'd be pretty annoying if they were like actually paired with like a real fail state, but they're not. So it's just kind of
it's just kind of like a neat experience. Like it's just kind of fun to go through. It's very
it's a nice breather after the last section.
Yeah, get this part. This part throws everyone off, where the HUD just goes fucking like turns with you as you climb up, and it just really messes with your eyesight.
So I believe those saws might actually kill you on Achilles, but they do 0 damage, so I'm not sure. And there's like no way to even save here or anything, so they might just be programmed not to kill you even on Achilles. And basically this whole area is like kind of a maze, you could say. A maze where you're fighting against the screen, like wigging out and doing all sorts of weird shit. Okay.
Oh god.
And here are the two signs that like tutorialize the most basic things in the game. There are people who like didn't actually realize that you can hold the jump button to get a higher boost from Mario enemies, so this is very good for them. Alright, so I think we're gonna head back to the title screen. We're almost at 30 hours and wafu. I have exceeded 100 total hours of DT3 with this session across both my save files.
Welcome.
Yes. This is, we're in the DT3 zone now, for sure. So,
indeed.
Again, that went pretty well. Hopefully we can get Zephyr back for at least 1 or 2 more sessions before the end, but we're moving into the end game now. It's only going to get harder from here, but again, that went better than I expected, so it's all about War Master, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I can't believe how easy that went. I'm actually pretty shocked.
Yeah. Practice makes perfect, yes. So, alright, as usual guys, thank you Wafu, and we're offline.